Amin El-Hassan is in. He does oddball every day except for Monday. Right. And you can tell that the show, he and Charlotte are funny, and they're funny and funnier together. And also, the basketball analysis is exceptional. And if you care about basketball, they're doing a very different kind of show, as Amin always does. Amin is here now, and he wants to talk basketball. But I want to talk about this fight in Congress because we've got more video from this fight in Congress. And we showed you, Stugotz, you saw that those two men were ready for a fight, if not for the saintly grace of 7,000-year-old Bernie Sanders taking control of the situation.
Still out there, huh?
There would have been still out here fighting the good fight as those two guys fight the not-so-good fight. Let's get some more sound from congressmen behaving badly.
I don't understand your question. Could you repeat it?
You said anytime, any place.
What's your question?
Accept the challenge.
What challenge?
You said anytime, any place. I'm accepting yours, so why don't you come
What
back?
challenge? What challenge are you talking
April 30th. How about we do it for a charity at the Smoking Guns in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
We're not going to be talking about
challenge?
physical confrontations here.
You want to fight me?
What'd you say about anytime, any place?
Let's have coffee, discuss our differences.
Oh, that's what you said.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
All right, well, let's sit down and have coffee.
Let's do it.
All
right.
I'd love to.
It's funny how you're backing out.
Okay.
I don't back on anything.
You did.
You're the one. You're a 100.
Senator,
should be the most influential people in this country making changes. You're focused on.
Okay.
You're focused on debate that's not even relevant. You're an embarrassment. You're an embarrassment.
They went silence after
An embarrassment to the state of
this
Oklahoma.
hearing is about the condition of the working class in America. That's why we're talking.
You're the biggest thug here.
You brought him in.
All right,
You're the biggest thug. Even your colleagues call you.
Why you do what you're doing, Senator Hassan?
Thank you very much.
Wow. Fat Joe really has a great Irish accent.
The bald guy is the head of the Teamsters Union, and he was, it seemed reasonable to me, but now we're fighting. We've got more. And again, I do want to talk about this part of it, Stugotz, because I've been saying, and it's just a platitude. You get the leadership you deserve, because I feel like the country has gotten dumber, but I don't believe all people are stupid and cruel, Stugotz. I don't believe social media is a real place. I believe that people are hidden on social media doing their cruelties, and I don't believe walking person to person in the universe that I'm going to meet bad people. I think they're bad actors online,
right.
Cruel, unhappy, and they create personas that are divisive, but I don't walk around thinking that people are bad, are bad.
I actually do. Since COVID, I do. Like, the world has changed, man. People are crazy out there.
Okay, so maybe it is. Maybe it is that people are bad, but I've been saying we get the leadership we deserve because it gets dumber and dumber. The leadership gets dumber and dumber. The people get dumber and dumber. The arguments get dumber and dumber. And so I get frustrated, but I don't think that people deserve this is leadership, where I want to fight you in Congress and Bernie Sanders is there. Can we do this in a way that's
banging his hammer?
Slightly more adult than this?
You get the leadership that you vote for, Dan, or don't vote for. I mean, that's what you get.
Not everyone has access to voting, though. That's part of the argument against that, Stugotz. But it is very funny that this is a hearing about, also, like, no one needs to even talk about what this hearing is about. This hearing was about, like, working class rights and labor rights and all these sorts of things. I can't think of a better way for it to go than for the government to threaten the head of a union.
Now, it's socially acceptable in hockey for fighting to happen. So why can't we, like, I'm okay with in this
hockey's
setting.
a serious thing.
No, but I'm okay with
Hockey's
if they
a
just
serious thing with serious
No,
guys.
Yeah,
but
but for charity.
let me finish.
You said for charity.
I'm saying I actually think it's okay if we let senators fight. If this is how they want to handle it, it was a Senate meeting.
Well,
One guy's a senator.
Yeah, the guy from Oklahoma, Senator Mullins, is a senator. The other guy is the head of a labor union.
Okay, but I'm just saying it's okay in hockey for them to just drop gloves if they disagree and fight. So why can't we let's just do it out here?
Do you want Bernie Sanders to fight the senator?
That would
from
also be
Oklahoma?
funny.
Sure.
No,
Mark Wayne
that's
Mullins?
funny. That's funny until you thought it was funny, and then he's getting his head caved in. Not funny. It ceases being. Now you're just watching an old person beaten. Like, what are you talking about? What's the matter with you? You come in here. Why are you late? You come in here, and your suggestion is those two senators, when one of them's the head of the Teamsters Union, and you just want fights, and you're like, well, they fight in hockey. That's your contribution to what we're doing around here today.
Yes.
Roy, why are you shaking your head?
Don't mess with the Teamsters, man.
He's right.
We let the Ottawa Senators fight.
Well, that's Canada. That's Canadian Senators, though.
Roy, were you in a union?
Yes, longshoreman union, yes.
Van Bryan Brooklyn Union.
That's good. I like that. That was good.
Stugotz has said this has just been delivered because Juju has taken over the grid of death and he's taken matters into his own hands. He has just created the punishment, the Dion Dawkins, and said Stugotz has to serve 1 hour shirtless on the show. In his new reign as commissioner, Stugotz will do 1 shirtless hour. Stugotz has begged him for mercy, saying he wants to get to the ab roller this weekend, that he's worried that he doesn't want to do it this week, and Juju was a kind and magnanimous judge.
He is, and I would like to do it next week. I will do the Dion Dawkins. I'm very terrified to do it. My daughter's now, I mean, it's going to be all over social media. I am gross. I've gained a lot of weight. I am not happy about it, but I will do it for an hour. But I need 5 to 6 days to hit that ab roller. I do that and the belt that I put around my waist, and I sit there, I watch football, and it electrocutes me, and I lose weight. And so if you give me like 6 days to get a six-pack, I will do it next week for an hour. 1 hour, that's it, preferably later in the show, okay?
Deal.
Down. Thank you.
If you get a six-pack in 6 days, man, you might have something on you.
That's why I bought it. I mean,
like this like the Stugotz program. Think about this big picture, man. You can sell a program.
If I come back,
do you want to do it before
days?
and after now? Do you want to show people? You're wearing that. It's a very tight outfit that you're wearing right now.
Very snug, Dan.
No, you don't show it now. Stugotz, you don't show it now. In the before and after,
right?
They're always presented together, before and after. They don't show you the before and then come back 6 days later and see the after.
Right.
They're together, side by side.
Okay.
So we'll take the picture after the show, and then next week we'll show the before and after.
Stugotz, you have a chance here to actually be someone who sells diet right now by, in the next 6 days, getting into such shape with someone's sponsorship and assistance that we take a photo now of what you look like now, which is truly terrible.
Thank you.
Unhealthy, squeezed like a sausage into the Rocky outfit.
Sweating in here.
How would?
Jessica, you're saying the same thing. He looks uncomfortable.
I think Stugotz looks fantastic. He's never looked better, actually.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm shaming him for his appearance.
You're all just body shaming Stugotz.
Yeah.
I won't stand
It's
for
his
it.
face, too.
I'm body shaming myself, though. I mean,
Well,
I'm acknowledging.
You're allowed to do it.
Okay.
Okay, I mean,
I give you permission.
Your thoughts here, though, on him being able to execute a weight loss ad in 6 days, because for years now he's been telling us in his garage he has the Body by Jake, he's got the fad of the moment.
Anything Jake made, I have.
Body by
Nordic
Jake.
track.
He's got
P90X.
And Tony Little.
He does has the
Tony Little.
the ab rodal.
Tony's, yes.
Yes, that is the ponytailed guy. Yes, Tony Little.
Yes.
We should bring that in here too.
Just in the background.
These are all real things.
Yes.
And you have done all of them. The ab roller was in the studio for a decade.
It was. I never used it, but it was there.
Let's play some more of this congressional hearing for Amin. I want to get all his thoughts on the matter.
He made a lot of statements, right? And his statements are fiction at best.
Fiction, I read them.
Can you
What?
answer the question, please?
I can't understand him, to be honest with you.
Where
Got his ass.
There's no comeback to that.
I like this Mr. O'Brien. I do.
Let's play that again and again. What can you do in an argument? See, this might have been the smartest thing ever done in the halls of justice. Right
He
here.
made a lot of statements, right? And his statements are fiction at best.
Fiction, I read them.
Can you
What?
answer the
See
question,
the what?
please?
The
I
what?
can't understand him, to be honest with you.
He checkmated it.
He's great.
It's like Amin's whiny fan voice.
Oh,
Yep.
they don't talk enough about sports. Nobody cares about the
It's generally composed too, and there's nothing more aggravating than when you're trying to fight somebody and they keep their composure. Damn.
In a suit, no less, right? He looks good, bald. He
Like,
looks
can we go back to the first clip where he's like, "You stand your butt up." that was he's totally composed.
All right, let's go back to the beginning
Thought
of
they were
this.
getting coffee.
Let's get to the beginning of this story real quick on how it is that this fight escalated.
Pretends like he's self-made. What a clown. Fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big guy.
Oh, stop it.
Is that your solution?
He fixed the ring. He fixed the ring.
No, you're a United States Senator. Sit
Active.
Can I respond?
Hold it. If we can't, no,
This is
I have
what
the
he
mic.
said.
I'm sorry.
This is
Hold
what
it.
he said.
You'll have your time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no, you can't. This is a hearing.
I got to be honest. The standing up, the belt being tied tight, the thick torso, and the fixing of the ring, he was ready to legitimately fight.
That's go time, Dan. Yeah.
The fixing of the ring.
Yes.
What are we doing? Amin, the leadership we deserve.
No. Right? Do you want this serious? Or do you
Yes.
Want, we're going to have more jokes here.
Okay, more jokes.
Okay, all right. I love looking at the faces of everybody in the background. Like, I know our eyes are drawn to the two main combatants. Just look at the people in the background as they realize what's happening. Play any one of those clips and just stare at the people in the background.
He made a lot of statements, right?
Look at the bald guy right
his
there.
statements of fiction.
He's so happy.
Fiction, I read them.
Can you
What?
answer the question?
Tom Segura back
UPS
there.
UPS driver
I
loves
was
it.
laughing.
A couple people
UPS
laugh,
driver
and
loves
a
it.
couple people smirk and try to hide the laugh because they're like,
Let's
I
see it
shouldn't be
again.
laughing.
Tom Segura over his right shoulder. He gives it away with his eyebrows, with his eyes. He loves everything that's happening back there.
Also, like, the guy next to Tom is trying to hide it.
Yeah, oh, my man with the heavy blink.
Yeah.
The guy behind him on the left or right, he look a little bit like Steph Curry in the alternate universe.
All right, this gives me an idea. I want to telestrate behind us at some point here just the many faces of Draymond Green as he chokes out Rudy Gobert, because visually there's some good all around us today. What the hell is going on in this country, man? Honestly, I mean, yes. There it is.
Rudy's face.
There it is. Thank you. That was quick work by you guys. What is happening there? We were all a little happy that was happening to Rudy Gobert, weren't we?
Sacre bleu.
Jorge Sedano was.
Yep.
I mean, we got some of the spicy stuff last night, and it's good for a number of reasons. First of all of us are watching right now. I think the people who really love that sport, and if you think Anthony Edwards is next, it's always fascinating when the kings, the old guys, get old, and then young people start feeding on stardom, on whatever's next in this league. Minnesota goes to Golden State. Draymond got his contract. He got his money. He punched his teammate. They're champions. They live on the fire of Draymond. They die on the fire of Draymond. And the other day, Anthony Edwards going back and forth. What is he, 21, I mean?
Yeah.
21 years old. Draymond saying, you're talking, you're not going to do nothing. And Edwards says, nobody fears you out here anymore, and then wins the game at the end with all of the baskets. And then last night, Minnesota wins again, and after the game, Gobert says that as soon as Steph's out of the game, Steph's not playing, Draymond doesn't want to play either. Draymond's just here to fight. Draymond's here to get ejected. Why would Draymond want any part of this? He's going to get paid either way. And Draymond went into that fight, I mean, like he didn't want to play in any way. However it is you define that, because I've never seen in that sport a sleeper hold administered. They've taken all of that out of the sport. Gobert's up there. His head's higher than anybody's. Draymond's short. And I just can't believe that Rudy was so uninterested in a fight of any kind. And Draymond's here like, I'm going to get ejected. I'm going to embarrass you. And that thing that Anthony Edwards said to me last week, I've been holding on to it for a week for this moment.
The old headlock. I mean.
So, first and foremost, shout out to Smile Direct Club, because look at that grill we've got right behind you on the screen behind Dan. Oh, my God. His teeth are immaculate. Look at that spacing. There's no crowding. They did a good job with him, all right? Add over.
Very impressive.
Yes. Number 2, I don't agree with Rudy Gobert. I don't think it's because Steph didn't play and so Draymond didn't want to play either. I think that, you guys remember this in football? I think they changed the rule, but remember like when the quarterback would throw an interception, it immediately becomes open season on the quarterback, and we're like, where is he? And the guys are running and targeting because now's your chance to get a clean shot on him, right? I think that's exactly what happened here. Draymond Green has lived his entire life saying, I don't like that guy. So the moment there's an altercation and Rudy did even a smidgen of not peacemaking.
Ooh, he grabbed Clay.
Yeah, it's like, yes, here we go. Like, I'll take the fine. I'll take the
You
suspension.
think Draymond has been waiting for this moment for years now?
Well, first of all, I think the list is a lot longer than Draymond. There's a lot of guys who've been waiting for this moment for years, but Draymond just happened to be the one who got the first crack at it.
I want a piece of Gobert. But look, Steve Kerr, you, sir, are a joker for that defense of Draymond Green, though, after the game. Ain't no he grabbed Clay. No. There's no place in the NBA in this game for that, period, coach.
Well, Rudy did grab Clay.
The head coach is a leader of men, so you lead better than that. Just say, "Oh yeah, my guys told me that he got grabbed by Rudy." Nah, brother, straighten up.
Juju, are you accusing him of thuggery?
I absolutely am accusing Steve Kerr of thuggery and encouraging
Kerr
it.
has resorted to thuggery?
He punched Jordan Poole last year, was welcomed back with flowers in the trail.
Kerr was in the mix in this fight. He was. He was on the court. Yeah.
He's right there. He's front and center watching them get choked out.
This is one of the greatest videos I've ever seen, and one of the things that I'm super confused by is, because this is confusing, the things that Draymond Green is in my history covering sports are things that largely make that human being hated by many and respected by a gritty, authentic few who will defend a temper problem because Draymond Green is real at every turn and they admire that he tells it like it is. That person, my entire adult life, living in this country and as a journalist, has not been a beloved person. But he gets to be beloved today. And why is it? Because the other guy's French.
Rudy Gobert is...
That's amazing.
He's legitimately one of the...
Gobert has cured racism. He's just French.
Oh, no, that's too far.
The NFL didn't do that?
He's just French, and everyone is happy that he's getting choked out.
I think it's because he touched the microphones and gave everybody COVID. That's what he did. He gave the world COVID. We saw it.
And French doesn't help. I mean...
This is the George Sedano, right? Like George Sedano's thing is like Rudy Gobert caused COVID. So he should be suspended for the year.
Yes.
You do put it on the poll, Juju. When you do word association, do you do Rudy Gobert and coronavirus?
I do Sedano.
I do Sedano too, yeah. Every time I do. Yeah.
Because Sedano wanted him suspended for a game
for catching COVID. No, I think it was just for catching COVID.
For the year, not for
the year. Yes.
You want him suspended for the year.
Yes, he didn't waste any time either. It was like 5 minutes after we found out.
It was a bit of a knee-jerk reaction.
Out of state.
From that liberal Sedano having all those kale salads. And he ran Gobert out of the league. He punished him with the death penalty for touching for touching microphones, and then walked it back to a one-game suspension when we all laughed at him. But he enjoyed being at the front of that angry liberal mob for a moment. And Gobert is still suffering the penalties, is what you're telling me.
I would say that people didn't like Rudy Gobert prior to that. Just was like par for the course.
Solidified it.
Yeah, but prior to this, people did not like him as far as players in the league. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about him that annoys them.
Teammates either, right? Because Donovan Mitchell, that wasn't just rumored stuff. They didn't seem to like each other, the two stars of Utah.
That's the old Quinn Snyder. Oh, so they don't have lunch together. Okay. I've seen them ride the bus together. I'm like, what are you talking about, Quinn Snyder? Quinn Snyder had one of the worst defenses they're fine. But the reality is I can see it from someone who plays with them. I could see that why you would be frustrated. It's a guy who makes a lot of excuses. It's a guy who's limited offensively. It's a guy who's constantly complaining about not getting enough credit, right? So I can see how hanging around someone like that could be irritating. But the idea that every player in the league hates him, I don't know why. But they seem to all relish in it's like, remember Dorian Finney-Smith a couple years ago when the Jazz played the Mavericks in the playoffs? And Dorian Finney-Smith had like a 30-point game and say, how'd you know? Like, did you know you were going to have a big game? He's like, yeah, as soon as I saw Rudy Gobert was matched up on me. Like, we're not talking about Kyrie Irving. Like, this Dorian Finney-Smith saying, I knew I was going to have a big game.
No, as Gobert has the highest defensive rating in the league, and
fuzzy numbers. Those are fuzzy numbers.
What do you mean?
It's well, first of all, it's been 10 games. It's not enough time.
But I mean, everyone.
He's great.
The reason anyone would want Rudy Gobert is because he makes you defensively solid. The Timberwolves have been early in the season an excellent defense.
Yes.
The Achilles heel that this team has is that when the playoffs come around, he's not going to be on the court. Correct?
Yes. So the idea is that yes, he is individually excellent defensively, and he has anchored some great defenses over his career, but he is an easy piece to move off the chessboard when it comes to playoffs. And the playoffs is all about the chess match of how can I take your strength and make it into your weakness. And so far in his career, he has not been able to prove to remain dominant.
That's a weird intersection for a player to inhabit because plenty of people hate him there as the 7-footer who can't shoot the three, who's clogging up the middle, as old-timey dinosaur basketball, and in the playoffs it doesn't work. Like, he's an avatar.
I don't think it's just because he can't shoot threes. I don't. That's not why. It's if we switch a guy on to Rudy Gobert, he can't take advantage of it in the post either. He's got no post moves. He has no touch around the rim. He shoots a high percentage because they're all dunks and layups.
But if he shot threes, there'd be a better chance of him playing in the playoffs.
No, because, again, defensively, they still draw him out, and that's the big thing, is that you get him out of there. And
you're right either way. He gets off of the court. Has there been another player like him that you can think of? I'm thinking Enes Kanter, where everyone just doesn't like somebody.
Oh, yes, from that regard, yes, Kanter. Kanter for sure. And Draymond's on that list. Too.
Yes, he is.
How about for Reggie Miller? I don't think anybody outside of Indiana really like old boy. Salute to Reggie, though.
Don't you got a Reggie Miller jersey?
Yeah, I got to. You're right.
The pride of a lion. The story of Quasi resonated with Ron McGill. Touched his heart.
I can't get enough of that character. I want more of him in my life, but he's only good when he thinks he's not on air. Once you put the pressure on Antonio Banderas, Amin gets a little scared. He feels the dangers of racism. He's walking a razor-thin line. I'm giving him permission, as the Latin man in the room, to read The Pride of a Lion as Antonio Banderas. Just one paragraph on behalf of...
He has your permission?
On behalf of... Yes, on
You're
behalf...
the commissioner
I
of
am
this?
endorsing whatever your racism is at the moment. If this impersonation that I'm encouraging, even though it is flawed, even though it is limited, if it goes over the line, I will forgive it this one time.
Antiquado. That's how I get into character.
Yes. That's, wait a minute. So then you're a method actor, and so when Antonio Banderas comes into a room, all he needs is that one word to get him the confidence that he needs.
Antiquado. Crazy to some, perhaps, that a man might see his own path in that of an animal, let alone an apex predator species. I see I'm losing it already.
No, you have to do the audiobook for this as Antonio Banderas. It will sell more copies. I think it will be difficult for you because you're very good at it when you have confidence. When you lose confidence, it goes...
But there was a connection that McGill felt nourished his core belief in the strong commonality between animals and humans.
Sound like Maya Angelou.
I have in the studio right now, laying at my feet, Jessica continues this anarchy, which I am endorsing because I love dogs and I have no problems with dogs in the workplace. I'm with Bill Murray. Bill Murray says that he is distrustful of people, suspicious of people who do not like dogs, but that he trusts a dog when a dog tells you to not like people. And Amin, and we might have a Two America situation here. There are plenty of people I know who do not like or have use for dogs. Amin seems scared. And Jessica's pleasant workplace is a hostile workplace to Amin.
It is a hostile workplace, number one. Number two, it's not anarchy when the boss says, I endorse it. That's not anarchy. That's the system.
That is correct, because I love seeing Willow. She's in the studio, but I sense that you're not quite yourself. You seem a little afraid. You do not trust this animal.
I just don't see a point in having it in the workplace. I don't bring my kids here and just let them hang out. Even if I did, I wouldn't
please don't bring your kids here.
Hang
That's
around.
way too far.
Now, I love Willow, but I see Amin's point from one aspect. Can everyone bring in their pets now?
Yes.
Because then it becomes ridiculous if there's 42 pets around here.
If I bring in Finny?
Like, there's a line.
Can't bring Finny.
So
Finny
Jess
bit me
is allowed
once.
to bring in her dog, but no one else.
Finny did not bite you.
Finny did bite
There's
me
no
at your
way.
house, and you
No.
were totally chill with it.
And Willow Coppertone baby David Sampson. It happens.
And what happens when Mike brings in his weird-looking dog?
Oh, wait a
That's a
minute.
mean thing to say,
Over the
man.
line.
Well, this is a time. This is a place. Once you stand your butt up, and we can be two consenting adults.
You stand your butt up.
The fixing of the ring.
One of you should say perfect. That was the best part of the video. He's like, perfect.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Perfect. Let's fight.
Yes or no? Saturday Night Live hasn't written a script that well.
They're literally doing it right now, probably.
They do write scripts. Some classics.
What?
More cowbell, just off the top of the dome.
I can't understand what he's saying.
Jessica, where are you on the jet tracking, or are you distracted by the Panera Bread high-octane caffeine that kills people story?
All right, let's talk about the Panera Bread caffeine. It's called the charged lemonade at Panera Bread. I'm going to power through this fire alarm that is going off yet again.
Yes, it's
second day in a row.
It is a terrible situation. We have to plow through. They require their 3 hours of content a day.
Oh, I thought you meant they require their 3 hours of alerts.
Yes, it is unfortunate. Just we will power through, and at some point, can we please reenact someone actually catching flames and leaving the studio? Because a fire alarm should be respected.
It's crazy that they have to do it during our show. But anywho, there is a new drink at Panera. It's a few months old at this point. It's called Charged Lemonade. A cup of it has more caffeine than cans of Red Bull and Monster combined, according to a lawsuit filed by a woman who actually died after drinking the Charged Lemonade.
Whoa, she filed a lawsuit after she died?
Her family filed it on her behalf because she had a heart condition and was avoiding energy drinks. It is a drill, Chris. They told us the fire department was coming. It's very distracting.
I mean, you wanted the
louder, I feel like.
Wait, time out. You wanted the lawsuit before the person dies or gets harmed?
Like in the hospital bed.
Have some vision?
Yeah, just, hey, before I go.
Sign here.
Going down.
The family's claiming that they had no idea there was this much caffeine in this drink. And now, like all things on the internet, people are like, there's a drink with so much caffeine it could kill us. Let's all go drink it. And now it's become a meme. And people are going into Panera and drinking the Charged Lemonade to see how they feel afterwards.
This is the Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood, where he takes a hit of the smoke and the guy foams up and dies on the floor. And Marlon looks at him and says, pass that shit over here. I felt the same way. I heard that story. I was like, so you're telling me Panera has a charged lemonade?
What are we doing there? I don't understand. Dan Campbell, and we'll get to some sound involving Dan Campbell in a second, but he prides himself on just so much. Didn't someone say it's the equivalent of 10 Red Bulls, what he has for caffeine in the morning to start his day? So much. Sean Payton gave us the excuse of the only reason he ever ripped Nathaniel Hackett is because he had a double latte. Dan Campbell has no, that's a thing that happened. I'm not making it up. Dan Campbell is out here with this sound. He's going to win Coach of the Year. He's 7-2. He eats kneecaps. He has more than anybody in terms of Red Bull, and his face is on fire. And now he says, and I can't believe somebody didn't think of it first, this is genius, and it's built Ford tough. This is so perfect in Detroit. This is a wrestling character. This meathead coming out and saying, listen to this, as a wrestling ad, former tight end who's totally tough, he's going to blow the face off of Detroit Lions fans who have suffered for 50 years.
Things always happen in a game that's going to affect your decisions. It just does. But I had a feeling going into that game we needed to be aggressive. And I loved our matchup offensively, and I just knew our guys would respond. And so it's certainly in that moment it felt like the right thing to do. And look, here's what I would say because I tell my family this, just wear a diaper before some of these games. And I'll give them an alert, say, put them on and be ready to roll.
Tony wears them anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
That old yet. Come on.
Wear a diaper because his play calling is going to make you yourself.
I love the host at the end, just hamming it up.
Yucking it up.
I'm not that old yet. Come on. What? I can't understand a word he's saying.
That is Coach of the Year genius. Bill Belichick's going to get run out of New England, and it is now Dan Campbell's league, my friends.
Yeah,
I'm not that old yet. Come on.
It is diaper humor. You're going to yourself. Hijinks on the radio with the new genius that is running football.
Come on.
I did want to ask you guys something because Stugotz continues to claim that he has proof that the doorbell camera that caught an alleged Bill Belichick body type leaving an apartment is indeed Bill Belichick. I want to get back to that video for a second because Stugotz thinks he can prove that it is Belichick.
It's a working theory, Dan. I don't have proof. It's just a working theory. I really dissected it last night. I did. I spent a lot of time watching it.
When we played this earlier in the week, we did not give the sound justice. Can we lay out and listen to this while we watch it? It's great.
How did you deduce that was Bill Belichick? Could it be because he looks exactly like Bill Belichick and is Bill Belichick?
He looks confused.
It's
he's
Belichick.
Like, he's like, where am I?
So here's the deal. He's in Worcester, Massachusetts, I believe, because his daughter, Amanda Belichick, is the head coach, women's lacrosse coach, at Holy Cross University. I spent many years, 5 years, in Worcester. Well, really 2.5 because I was on the road traveling, following the dead. But anyway, Dad, sorry. First time he's hearing about it. But I'm telling you, that is Worcester, Massachusetts. He is always there. She works there as the head coach at Holy Cross. And therefore, I believe it is indeed Bill Belichick, outside of the fact that it is Bill Belichick.
Yeah, it's totally Bill Belichick. A single Bill Belichick.
Luckily, we had the sound on. That was amazing.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's great.
Yeah, but you couldn't prove it when we played the sound, though, was the problem. You told us it was great.
It is great.
Which
I don't care
part?
what you guys think. It's just like the birds chirping. He looks confused. It's fantastic.
In the middle of you guys having this robust conversation about the sound, Dan gets up, opens the door, and allows the dog to walk out. And this is why you can't have dogs in the studio.
He didn't miss a second.
No, he did.
No, he didn't.
He didn't hear
He
the
didn't miss
sound.
anything.
He missed the sound.
Willow.
Should we do it again?
It's the ninth time we played it.
Willow asked to go out. I regret Chris Cody's very arrival on this show late today. He has pounded the show with misjudgments, including.
Senators should fight.
Thank you.
I like that idea, though. I do.
But his misjudgments have included coming in here and stopping everything we were doing with Belichick video that Jessica hadn't seen.
Now we're listening to it without the video.
While a fire alarm went off, you're asking
Let's lay out.
us. Let's lay out and listen to birds chirp. Okay, again, let's start over. In order to sell the joke properly, that Chris Cody decided to tell while fire alarms were going off. Sí, varios idiomas. See, let's do it in multiple languages. Let's have Bill Belichick right here, this sound from the beginning, please, so that we can hear the ambient sound of the walk of shame of a shirtless Bill Belichick.
The look back while I love it.
He's unsure whether he should go down these steps or not.
I was waiting for him to grunt or something.
The video does not reveal that those are creaky wooden steps, but his heavy footsteps do.
Right now, this look, he's like, where the hell am I?
Right
Mr. Mess.
That's the bottom of the standings.
The stop and look.
Where the hell am I? Last place. This is confusing.
Not enough is made out of him being shirtless because he's clearly leaving a place, but he doesn't have a shirt in hand. So did he get out of his car initially with no shirt?
It's a walk of shame.
Or it's like he's waking up before the other person. He's like, I can't find my shirt, but I don't want to wake them up, so I'm just leaving.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave without his shirt.
He does appear to have jeans on, though. Jeans and a belt.
No, he got everything else straightened away.
Nah, I gotta stop hitting. I gotta stop hitting this boom boom room.
I actually wanted to have the conversation about whether anyone on Earth deserves to not be fired because they were really good at their jobs once.